everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 667. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
And I'm Ari Rockefeller.
Unfortunately, Mako-chan is not joining us tonight. Her bronchitis is really kicking her ass, so she can't really talk much. So she's being a little cranky tonight, so she's taking the night off, but she will be back next week, so there is that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say thank you to Mako for helping me starting the process of moving my stuff from my current storage location to a new one. So there is that. And I see myself having to move it again in about a year, which I will get into during weekend day, and along with other interesting things. So there is that. Let's get the show on the road tonight. So, Ari, how are you doing tonight, friend?
I'm doing all right, I guess.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I can't complain too much myself. I just wish I was able to reposition everything better with this microphone. I mean, honestly, if I could, I would have like this nice, massive L-shaped desk with all this room, and I would have a dual monitor setup, and the microphone stand would be right in between those two monitors, and the boom would be like right up in a position where you could hear me and it would be no issues, and I could see the screens and all that good stuff. So, we'll figure it out. Oh shit, Sukiyoda in anime. That's pretty cool. So yeah, as Berry says, it's good to see us both. It's good that you're here joining us tonight, Berry. We appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
He says his phone is being buggy as AF in case he disappears a few times. Yeah, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to have to throw in the towel and get an S25. Because I keep holding out thinking, well, the next generation of top tier phones will have a memory card slot. And the next, and I'm just like, it's not going to happen. And everyone's like, this is the way it should be. You should jump on. I'm like, it should not. Android phones should not be following the way of Apple iPhones and stuff. Yes, the mid and low tier Android phones do have memory card slots. There are a few top tier Android phones that do have memory card slots, but T-Mobile doesn't carry them. So I'm just kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I'm not in the mindset, I'm not financially ready to just pay it for it outright. Once this trip to Japan is fully paid off, then I can look at that and other things. So, which reminds me, I actually need to check on my my tax return to see how that's coming along. Anywho, we're live today, week of March 4th, 2025, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You will always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. And we're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com. And you can always follow them at Twitch TV/VogNetwork. And come hang out in our Discord, VogNetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel. So come through, have fun, and hang out. We love it. So now that we got that out the way, we're going to go around the room and go with, in this case, we go back and forth with how was your week, how was your day, Ari.
Well, it was mostly work-related stuff. I did join a different gym this last week. I don't know if I mentioned that when I was on here last.
I think so. You did, yeah.
I couldn't remember. If I
yeah,
did or not,
you said you're going to the Y now. So how's that going for you?
It's not bad. I was there, not like the day before yesterday, taking a swim. Because like I said, pool's nice and all.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, it's mostly work-related stuff, and just paying bills and trying to keep this place from falling apart, or it's keeping it somewhat clean.
I hear that.
But yeah, it's not as exciting as it was last week. Sorry.
Well, hey, things happen. I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so my weekend day has been a little bit different. I have to post a picture. Me and Maka helped a friend move, and so we want to say not goodbye, but see you later to one of our voice acting friends who has moved out of the state and en route to Texas to continue her voice acting career. So we wish her all the best. Some of you who follow the show may know who we're talking about, but if you don't worry about it. When the time comes, we will let you all know. So there was that. And while we were out there, she pointed us to this place called Charlie's Pizza. I will have to say, out of all the pizza I have had in Jersey, this so far has become my personal favorite. This is the place that has the closest to New York City style pizza I have ever eaten. So that's quite delicious. So next time I am out that way, I'm gonna tell Marco, you're gonna have to get a pie from these people over here. So it was quite delicious. So there was that. Let's see what else is there. That's basically has been it. Oh, storage. So as you all know, I relocated into a smaller room instead of an apartment. I'm renting a room for the time being, and I've been here since September. And part of the issue is I have very limited space, so a bulk of my stuff is in storage. And I will tell you, it's all of my video games that are PlayStation 3 and all points south for the most part. I think my 3DS is in a box over here, but the games are in storage. All the accessories, all of my anime, all of my box sets, all of my figurines and stuff are all in storage. Plus, I believe a couple of pieces of furniture as well. And that's all that's there. So, in preparation for my trip to Japan coming up, I had to switch out my luggage. Now, I have a small suitcase I travel with and a large one that I travel with. And I have like an Uber one, for travel. Like I used it last year for ZenkaiCon. I believe I put all of my clothes and cosplays on one side, and then I put all of the bulk of my electronics, the tripod, and everything on the other side. And it was pretty easy to travel and get around with. It was perfect. So, and that's what I'm going to be using. So what I ended up doing was I went through a lot of my stuff here and pulled out everything that I don't need. Like all of my Nintendo Switch boxes and boxes, all that are in storage because I have like a little case with all of my games in it. Of like my fighting stick, which I barely use as is. I'm thinking about picking up another one somewhere down the line. And other stuff I just don't need right now. And I just realized my Beat Mania controller is in my drawer right here in my bed. Now I should have threw that in there, but it's over. And during all of this, some of you've heard of the company called 8-Bit Do. They make like these really awesome gaming controllers. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you need like a pro controller for your Switch, PC, or Xbox, hell, for your PlayStation, you can get an adapter. You can use it on your PlayStation. Get their controllers. Sometimes they could be a little pricey. Sometimes they'll be on sale. Whenever, get them. They're really that good. I swear by them. I mean, I have one on my shelf, on my desk here, charging for my Switch. And if I wanted to, I could hook up the wireless dongle and use it on my PC. But I have a special Atari controller for that, which I haven't used in a while because I haven't played PSO2 in a while. And I think there's a free run crossover happening. I'm gonna have to log in this week and see what's going on. But anywho, they also make specialty type of 16-bit and 8-bit controllers. And I bought one of them. I bought the SF30 Pro, which is basically a Super Famicom controller, which has the Super Famicom colors, red, blue, green, and yellow. Those colors on there.
On the buttons, you mean?
Buttons,
yeah.
yes. And it has sticks. Now, I bought that just for yeah, I don't see it up there. Just for, playing like classic games, or retro games. I think I threw that in one of my boxes when I was packing it up because I couldn't find it. So I'm like, you know what? Let me buy another one. Out of production because it was a limited edition run.
That ain't good.
Yeah, I've just seen it on eBay going as high as $200.
No thanks.
That's okay. I found it through one of their authorized resellers in China for like $40. So that's good. Oh, and Bonds006 says he wants a controller for Android. Well, 8-Bit Dough, they actually make, there's a company, they make like the bone controllers that have like the PlayStation and Xbox layout design for mobile device, for iPhone and Android. I believe they have one for Android. They have one for Xbox for the X Cloud. I believe they have one for side controllers. So it's all on 8bitdough.com. And one thing I like, they have like these awesome retro style keyboards. Once I have the room, I'm going to get my hands on the retro Famicom and NES keyboards. And the moment I find that I'm going to be doing travel and stuff on a regular basis, I'm probably going to get like their little mini keyboard with the separate keypad to travel with. I think that's going to be kind of cool. So yeah. Yeah, they have it for Android. If you don't see it on the Amazon page, go to their website. You will find it there. I saw it there. So, I swear by 8-Bit Dough, the Hall effect sticks are amazeballs. I mean, not for nothing. I mean, much as I do like my Xbox controller, my PlayStation 5 controller, I mean, they actually did, I think if they had an official PlayStation 5 one, I would probably. But anyway, enough about that. So that's what's been going on. So one of the things is where my stuff is in storage and is in Central Jersey. So if I need something, I either have to travel down and pick it up, go grab it, or I would have to go with, or Mako-chan would have to pick it up on her way from work and then grab it. But where it is, she would have to go a bit out of her way, so she might be tired or forgetful. So the plan is to move all of my stuff from Central Jersey to further South Jersey where she is. So we found a spot that's 10 minutes from her house, so it makes it easy for her to go ahead and pick up what I need. So once everything is moved into its space, I'm probably going to go down there and just do like an inventory of everything that I have. It's was something I should have done, because they make like this kit where you label the box and you scan the box and you write what's everything that's in it. Or you can get like a database where you take pictures of everything that's in the box so you know what's there, something like that. Anywho, enough about that. So that's basically been my weekend day. I have my suitcase. I'm probably going to get like a special cover for it just to take care of it, because that's going to be my main travel for the main suitcase for the bulk of my travel. So enough about that. We're going to get into some more news. We're going to get into some housekeeping notes here, just to let you know that the video variant of our show is available on YouTube Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. If it's not up by 12 p.m., that means I forgot, and I am terribly sorry. This is perfect for those who do not sub to the channel. If you want to check out much older episodes, so that's cool with us. Either or, we really appreciate that. Another thing, we want to let you know that our convention season has kicked off. ZenkaiCon 2025. It's happening in less than 19 days, 17 days. I was actually going to join the ribbon contest, but I missed it by a day, and I emailed the person who's managing it. Never got a response. I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not even bothering with it. So, because I have some great ideas for ribbons, so I'll probably have them for other conventions. So enough about that. So definitely come to ZenkaiCon. I will be hosting a panel. I will be doing Twitch Streaming 101 Friday at 11:30 a.m. And remember, this is not about how to really get started in Twitch streaming. This is more like the hardware. Before you get up there and you want to Twitch stream and do all this cool stuff, make sure you have the proper hardware first before you do anything. And I will be sticking to certain brands because that's what I use and that's what I like. So, and I will have like a little variants. Like if you can't afford this one here will do. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get into Geek Roundtable. And while we get into that, Ari, you show off what you have, some cool stuff. I am going to grab something off my shelf that I'm going to reveal for the very first time. Oh, and Ron before 21 says wishes he could attend that panel. I believe if you get a membership to ZenkaiCon Online, it is available through them. And I believe I will be recording this panel and I will be uploading it to our YouTube page.
All right, that should be fun. Honestly, I think I should wait for Rama to get back here because this thing I got is I had to look through some of the stuff that I had because I'm fairly certain that somebody got this for me from when they went to Japan. Does this look familiar to you by any chance?
Oh, where'd you get that? I must have missed.
That's what I was talking about. Didn't not when you went last time, but didn't somebody else, one of our other friends, go to Japan and bring back stuff like this?
I think so. Yeah, I believe I have the Venus version of that in storage.
Yeah, I've had this thing on my shelf. I was looking for other stuff to show off, but open this thing. Oh wait, it's a little clasp on the side. Oh, it's a tiny little mirror, and the numbers are just a decal.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I wasn't expecting like some really fancy watch, but I can't even get this thing around my wrist. It's like not even close.
I haven't even bothered with mine. I mean, it just sits in its little capsule cup, and I know.
I know that's mine's been doing the same thing. I was just pondering it while you were going off there for a second.
Gotcha. I know. What you call it? No Country for Tall Men. They were doing a deal for anniversary edition watches, and I was thinking about pulling the pre-sales went up last week. I was thinking about going for it, but I was like, yeah, no.
How much were they going for?
After conversion, about $75, but it'll probably been close to 100 with fees. And on a side note, I'm looking at this email from Ticketmaster, and I just realized I have a show to go to next week, and I'm just like, I am so glad I reminded myself of that. Let me see. I think I put it in my calendar here. Huh. Yeah, I believe next Thursday is Cowboy Bebop Live.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Yeah, and then what's interesting is a friend of mine's coming down to see Yoko Kanno, and I'm thinking when she was coming down with her squad, they were coming to see the Cowboy Bebop Live, and she was like, "No, it's this." I was like, "Oh, gotcha." Yeah. Let me see if I can sign in and pull up. All right.
But yeah, that's what I had to show off.
Got you. Okay. Can't afford to sign you. You know, I will deal with this later. I'll probably look at it on my phone app because try to change the password again and kept forgetting. Anywho, so I hate
doing that.
Yeah, and then when you realize what the password is, you're like, oh, let me adjust it by one. Nope. Or if you're lucky, when you get the reset email, you're like, oh, now I remember the password. Da da da. All right, so I mentioned this on the podcast once, about maybe 3 years ago. There was a specific Oscar Langley figure that I kind of wanted for a very long time, but it was expensive, so I didn't bother. But I did keep tabs on it in the event that I could catch it at a reasonable price. So one day I just happened to, I think I got the email notification through Honey. Yeah, I know the whole drama with Honey, but forget about that. That the price has dropped on this figure. So I think I paid about $70, free shipping from Japan, and most likely this figure was probably like 60 in Japan, but whatever. So, and this is a figure of Oscar Langley that is kind of popular with cosplayers. I've seen a few people do this cosplay, and it's pretty cool and it's adorable. And I remember talking about it on the show, and I had it still in the box. I said, I'm going to do a live unboxing of it. But when I was packing and moving stuff around last weekend to put into storage, I just said, fuck it, and just pulled it right out of the box, out of the wrapping paper.
Mm-hmm.
So behold, elegant gothic Lolita Oscar Langley.
Interesting.
Yep. I would have to say this is one of the prides of my collection, and it's going to stay in the box for right now. My end goal is once I've moved into an apartment that's mine, I will eventually put most of my figures back out on display. So, and I'm just kind of glad and kind of thankful right now as I'm getting these emails from Otaku Mode about figurines. It's like I think it's like 3 I have bookmarked that I want out of like the many I've gotten since September. So, I'm good with that. By the way, you may still be able to find this figurine on Amazon. If not, the American site, check amazon.co.jp. They do ship America to the US. So, there is that. So, that's basically has been it. I need to kind of look at my anime list. I started The Bureaucrat as a Villainous anime. It's interesting. I've been seeing some of the quote unquote lewds from that on a couple of the Facebook groups I'm in. I'm just like, let me see what this show is all about. I like it, but I don't see myself sitting down marathoning this show. I'm probably going to be like one day, like, F it. I'm going to sit down and start watching all the episodes. Enough about that. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's get into tonight's stories. And we have a doozy here. I will kick things off with Sanrio versus Kuromi. And where is my Street Fighter music when I need it? Actually, let me check the soundboard. Well, I have the EX theme that we use, but that's not going to do us any good. So, oh well. It is what it is. So you're probably wondering, what is up with Sanrio versus Kuromi? It's something about moral rights. So the story goes a little like this. As we all know, Sanrio is the iconic company with characters like with Hello Kitty, Cinnamoroll, Choco Cat, My Melody, and others. They are being sued by an anime company called Studio Comet over the moral rights infringement regarding Kuromi. Comet is known for anime series such as Jewel Pet, Initial D Season 1, which along with Gallop, School Rumble, and other titles as well. Reported by the Daily Shincho, they report that a dispute over Kuromi's copyright has erupted between Studio Comet and Sanrio, with the former arguing its moral rights were violated after Sanrio claims someone else created the character. Moral rights refer to respecting the intent and integrity of the original work. Parties can agree not to exercise them, but otherwise include the right to be credited for the work done. Studio Comet president and animation producer Hiromichi Mogaki said this. In fact, Kuromi is a character designed by an animator belonging to our company. What the animator created is a work of our company to which she belongs. However, Sanrio is explaining that a different person created the character. The only thing that can be found on the current Kuromi merchandise is a tag that says Original Creator, Manufacturer, Sanrio. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kuromi debuted in Onegai My Melody anime back in 2005, with Studio Comet credited for the animation production. Company Weave, W-E'-V-E, which has been absorbed into another company called Furyu, planned the anime, with Sanrio and former longtime senior Sanrio executive Kazuyoshi Fukushima, who was credited for the original draft of the series. Despite the broad-sounding term, Mogaki says this didn't involve anything with Kuromi. We were asked by Weave, who had received approval from Sanrio to produce the anime. The only thing that Sanrio provided us with when it came to the anime adaptation was My Melody's character draft. So the anime staff worked hard to come up with the designs for the supporting characters such as rivals and enemies. The character Kuromi was born out of this process. Tomoko Miyakawa is credited for the anime's character design, thus Kuromi's character design, assuming Mogaki's version of events is true. Shincho report goes a little bit further than this. An anonymous person involved in the anime claims that Studio Comet practically conceived everything about Kuromi and her sidekick Baku. They say that the anime staff also named Kuromi, not Sanrio. Rejected names included Warumi and Urami. I also came up with 2 or 3 ideas said by this anonymous source. From the ideas, it was director Makoto Moriwaki who said, "It's fine to go with Kuromi, right?" I heard what he said, so there's no mistaking it. Sanrio was purportedly not present at the production site, with Weave acting as intermediary. The source says that the meetings that the anime studio took place in 2004 to decide on the anime story and character settings and so forth. They also say that Moriwaki decided it would be a good idea for My Melody to have a rival, and that's when Kuromi came to mind. Wow. They continue to share the studio's pride over Kuromi's popularity. The anime series was a huge success, spawning merchandise, sequels, and the upcoming Netflix stop-motion animated series with My Melody 20 years on. Nevertheless, Sanrio released the book Kuromi no Himitsu, which translates to The Kuromi's Secret, in 2023, which reportedly makes no mention of Studio Comet nor Miyakawa. Instead, Yuko Yamaguchi, the third designer of Hello Kitty, was credited for Kuromi's design. Mogaki asks what was so wrong with crediting the actual creators of Kuromi. Comet filed the lawsuit in 2024, and Sanrio refused to provide any detailed comments following the recent request by the Daily Shinchos. Now, here's something interesting. Sanrio was previously sued for infringement by the Dutch company and copyright holder Mercies, acting on behalf of Miffy's creator, Dick Bruna. Sanrio's Kathy character was deemed too similar to Miffy by a Dutch court, and all products were ordered to be suspended in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg before Mercies and Sanrio agreed to settle. Kathy was retired as a result. Huh.
Oh, so that's why Kathy's stuff just completely disappeared.
Well, there you go. I didn't even know about that.
Like, she had an animated special at one point.
The more you know.
Huh.
All right. So since then, Sanrio actually came out and has something to say about the lawsuit.
Yeah, what you have to say?
Sanrio issued an official response to Studio Comet's lawsuit regarding the moral rights infringement over the creator of Kuromi. Our company has been sued by Studio Comet Inc., head office, Narima City, Tokyo, representative director Hiromichi Mogaki. Hereinafter referred to as Studio Comet for copyright infringement in relation to our character Kuromi, and the lawsuit is still pending, as per the statement. Sanrio continues, "We believe that the copyright of Kuromi clearly belongs to us through relevant contracts, and the moral rights of the author have been properly handled. Based on this, we have been in good faith discussions regarding Studio Comet's recent claims. However, our views have not been accepted by Studio Comet. Our company has been taking appropriate measures regarding the handling of intellectual property rights such as characters for many years, and will continue to clearly convey our position in the courts. We apologize for any concern or inconvenience caused to our customers and other parties involved, and we appreciate your understanding." The Daily Shinjo reported on Studio Comet's position this week, or in this case earlier this week. Under Japanese law, an author/creator's rights are split into economic and moral, the latter of which includes attribution for work done. Studio Comet CEO Hiromichi Mogaki's position is that Sanrio unjustly credited Hello Kitty's current designer Yuko Yamaguchi for designing Kuromi. Kuromi first appeared in the 2005 anime series Onegai My Melody, for which Studio Comet was responsible for the animation production. Tomoko Miyakawa is credited for the anime's character design, and Mogaki claims that the studio conceived Kuromi in her entirety. The only thing Sanrio provided us when it came to the anime adaptation was My Melody's character draft, and someone reportedly involved in the series productions. The lawsuit comes at a major time for Sanrio, as well as Kuromi, who celebrates her 20th anniversary this year. 2024 was a massively successful year with Hello Kitty's 50th anniversary, and Kuromi was named one of her potential successors, alongside popular Sanrio characters like My Melody, Cinema Roll, and Pom Pom Purin. Kuromi's fame and thus a bigger spotlight on who really created will likely go ahead of the Netflix stop-motion animated series with My Melody debuting later this year. It's sort of like how if you work for a company and you design something and because you did it on company time, it belongs to them. It kind of feels something like that, which is something.
Oh God, that shit happens all the time in
Yeah, I
the
know. And what's
video game world.
oh yeah, you know what's interesting? That almost happened to Apple.
Huh.
Yes, one of the co-founders of Apple Computers, I think it was not Jobs, the other guy. I can't, this escapes me now. Worked at HP. They designed the Apple and designed it so that it wouldn't. Wozniak, sick. Thank you, Steve Wozniak. They designed it so that it wouldn't work, and he presented it to his bosses, and they're like, "No, get it out my face." Because of that official rejection, they were able to set up Apple computers in his in his garage.
Yeah, the original founders were Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne.
Mm.
I had to look it up for a second.
I appreciate that you did.
Mm-hmm.
So Bonzo 06 says, so in short, Sanrio is saying we own it, but it is its own thing. It's like Sanrio is basically saying you created it, but we own it because it's part of our legacy, what we handed to you. Something like that. Well, enough about that.
I can't imagine what copyright laws are going to do when this stuff comes close to entering the public domain.
All I know is copyright laws are way different in Japan than it is here. Like, remember Tatsunoko versus Capcom Cross Generation of Heroes?
I love that game.
Capcom had to jump through so many hoops to get the rights to various Tatsunoko characters for the game.
And the musics.
Yeah, and then some characters were missing, and they had to replace characters with others because of that. It's not like they could go to Tatsunoko Japan and be like, we want the rights to these characters. Sure, but not for the US version. Yeah.
Yeah, like none of the music made it over to the English version.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Which sucks because all the original stuff is good.
The opening theme is pretty chill too.
Oh, I fucking love it. All right, shall I take the next one?
Yeah, go for it. We're talking about Shin-chan now.
Yeah, Mako would have loved this one.
Yes, she would have.
Toho Movie's official YouTube channel began streaming their first main trailer for Eiga Crayon Shinchan Chokare Shakunetsu no Cosplay Dancers, the 30-second feature film from the Crayon Shinchan franchise. The title can be translated Crayon Shinchan the movie, super gorgeous, scorching Kasukabe dancers. And the word kare in the title is also a pun of gorgeous and curry, as the story is set in India for the first time in the film series. Let's see. Eiga Crayon Shinchan is set to open in Japan on August 8th, 2025. Masakazu Hashimoto, who has directed many films in the series, including the 30th installment, The Tornado Legend of Ninja Mononoke, in 2022, serves as director. Hashimoto also co-writes a screenplay alongside Kimiko Ueno, who has also worked on film series since the 21st installment, Very Tasty B-Class Gourmet Survival, in 2013. And here's a translation to the synopsis. In commemoration of Mushibai in India becoming a sister city of Kasukabe, the Kasukabe Kids Entertainment Festival is set to be held. If they win the dance competition, the winners will be invited to India and will also be able to dance on the local stage. Hearing this, Shinosuke and the 5 members of the Kasukabe Defense Force join forces to win the dance competition and depart for India. While enjoying sightseeing in India, Shinosuke and Bochan enter a dubious general store, where they find and purchase a backpack that resembles the shape of a nose. Also, however, this backpack has a very scary secret. Bochan accidentally sticks a piece of paper from the backpack into his nose. Why? And an evil force leads him on a rampage as the Bokun, or tyrant. The transformed Bochan becomes a powerful man who threatens to shake the world. Can Shinosuke and his friends stop Bochan, who has become Bokun?
That sounds interesting.
The art does look nice for it too.
Yeah, it definitely does. Shinchan, aka Japanese Bart Simpson.
They've both been around for as long.
Well, that's true. All right. Next up on the list here, an anime producer sentenced to 4 years for underage solicitation.
Oh,
One
great.
of these guys. The producer's name is Koichiro Ito. He worked on Your Name, Weathering with You, and Suzume. He was charged with obscene acts against 3 minors. Jesus.
What a fucking charmer.
I know, right? Where do they find these acts? So, the Wakayama District Court has sentenced last Friday 53-year-old anime producer Koichiro Ito to 4 years in prison for committing non-consensual sexual intercourse with 3 minor girls and knowingly exchanging money with one who was 15 that he met on a social media site for obscene acts. He was also charged with violating child prostitution laws, child sexual abuse images laws, and rape. Okay, I will say this about Anime News Network. I like the fact that they put rape instead of sexual assault. Put what it is. All these other news sites will put sexual assault. They might put rape.
Or dance around it then somehow.
Yeah, they might put.
Like they're afraid of advertisements pulling their sponsorship because our algorithm detected the word regardless of context.
I think the only time they will put rape if it was if it was in the court and the court ruling was first count of rape is that would be the only way, you know. In this ruling, Judge Keiko Fukushima pointed out that Ito repeatedly searched the internet for minor girls with whom he could have sex and had them send nude photos and secretly took photos of them during sexual intercourse. Judge Fukushima stated that Ito's degree of responsibility and blame is great since his actions severely harmed the mental and physical development of the victims.
You think?
The prosecution in this case recommended on January 7th that Ito serve 6 years. The defense asked for a suspended sentence for him following Ito's plea of guilty to all charges. Now, a suspended sentence means he would not serve his sentence if he remained on good behavior during a period of time mandated by the court. If it was a one-time thing and he's truly sorry, I would be okay with suspended sentence or probation or something like that. But this is a repeat. This is a repeated pattern. So no. Wakayama Prefectural Police arrested Ito in February 2024 on suspicion of soliciting a 15-year-old high school girl living in Nagano for nude pictures of herself. Ito admitted to the charge at the time of his arrest, though according to authorities, he claimed he had done it with other people, so he couldn't tell if it was this girl or not. Ito allegedly paid the minor 12,500 yen, which is about $83, for photos, according to TBS News. The outlet also said police found other videos and images on Ito's computer. According to the authorities, Ito asked the girl for pictures back in September of 2021, with full knowledge that the girl was a minor at the time. Police say that Ito's alleged crime was discovered as part of a different prostitution investigation. The police then laid down additional charges on Ito of March of last year, saying that he exchanged money knowingly with a 15-year-old girl he met on social media. And in November 2023, this happened, and he did this in exchange for obscene acts, including non-consensual sexual intercourse. Ito admitted to the charge at the time of his arrest. He was charged with obscene acts against 3 minors. His defense argued that he had already settled with 2 out of the 3 victims out of court and promised that Ito will undertake a counseling at a medical institution to prevent the reoccurrence of the act. Ito has been a producer on many of Makoto Shinkai's works, including his second film, The Place Promised in Our Early Days, other projects such as Children Who Chase Lost Voices, The Garden of Words, the breakout hit Your Name, and his following two films, Weathering with You and Suzume.
Yeah.
Yes. And I see the beer, he says, this is one of those reminders that Japan is not the U.S. Because in the U.S., you would have gotten like a deeper or harder, harsher sentence. In Japan, a lot of what you say, a lot of this is still kind of new to them because a lot of this was perfectly okay in the past in different feudal eras and so forth. And they just kind of let it roll through, which is why, people got upset over the creator of Kenshin getting a brand new series and the fact that other mangaka supported him, It's crazy.
Yeah, if this was over here, he'd never, like, people would be willing to jump on him if he ever so much as picked up a pencil.
Well, yeah. And even if he did pick up a pencil and started a new series here, he wouldn't be able to make any money off of it. There are laws out there where criminals cannot profit off their own crimes. But even though he's doing a new series, that will probably fall into that law because it's something like not just your own crimes, but just in general while you're locked up or some shit like that. I don't know. Anywho, let's kind of get back onto some cool, new, awesome stuff. Like, tell everybody about Bang Dream, one of my favorite animes.
All right, let me bring it up here. The official website for the girl band themed multimedia franchise Bang Dream announced on February 28th that a new mini anime series is scheduled to air and stream for 52 episodes within the year 2025. Kenshiro Mori and Seiya Miyajima are attached to co-direct. Mori served as the general director for the first season of the previous mini anime series Bang Dream Girls Band Party, Pico, which was 3 seasons from 2018 to 22, while Miyajima was the director and character designer of the series. Additionally, the franchise's 10th anniversary concert, titled Bang Dream 10th Anniversary Live, is set to be held at Kei Arena, Yokohama in Kanagawa Prefecture on February 28th, 2026. The following performers are scheduled to participate: Poppin' Party, Ayane Sakura, the role of Ran Mitake, Ami Maishima, the role of Aya Maruyama from Pastel Palettes, Rosalia Miku Ito, the role of Kuroko Tsurumaki from Hello Happy World, Morofina Reis A. Suilen, My Go, Ave Mujika, and Mugendai Mu Type. And where is it? These new information were received during a special program streamed live on the franchise official channel the franchise's official YouTube channel last night to commemorate the 10th anniversary. So, just post a link here for it in the chat. So,
and I really enjoy Bang Dream. It's not really like an idol anime of sorts. It's just, how your friends get together and you form a band and you perform at place? That's basically what Bang Dream basically is. And my favorite group is Rosalia. Now, what's really interesting is the group Raise the Ceiling. Yeah, Raise the Ceiling. They explained in the episode it's a play on the term raise the ceiling.
As in raise the roof.
Yep. I think that's kind of cool.
I get it.
Their cover albums are pretty good too.
Oh, really? Like, what do they put on it?
One of the groups actually covers Ready Steady Go. It's really good.
Yeah.
There's also a cover. I think one of the groups covers the opening theme of Ranma One Half. There's a cover of Sakura Tyson. Utena. I might be confusing some of this for D4DJ, which is another series. D4DJ is sort of like it's Bang Dream meets Love Live with a bit of a competition to it, and there's also cover albums on it as well. I believe they're on. They might be on Spotify if you want to check them out. I personally enjoy them.
Cool.
Yeah. Hold on one second. There we go. All right, now we got that out the way. Let's get into our next story here. Um, Detective Conan. And again, another article that Mako would love to talk about because Detective Conan is one of her fandoms.
Mm-hmm.
The anime wins the grand prize at the TVer Award. That sounds interesting. And I don't know if you can hear it, but outside somewhere there is helicopters going around outside.
I did hear cops drive by
Yeah,
earlier.
that was true. Yeah, then like a couple of minutes later, like not even a couple minutes later, helicopters are flying by. God, I hate living in this neighborhood. So, Japanese video on demand platform TVer awarded Detective Conan with the anime grand prize at the TVer Awards 2024 last Monday. The show, not this past Monday, but last Monday before that. The show ranked number one in total views in the anime category on the platform. The staff for the show created an illustration celebrating the award, which is kind of cool. It's really nice looking. The award show also honored live action 2024 GTO Revival TV series. Ooh. Crayon Shinchan and Dan Da Dan with special awards. TVer is an ad supported VOD service, video on demand, service operated by various broadcasting companies such as Nippon Television, TV Asahi, TBS Television, TV Tokyo, and Fuji Television. Basically, what Hulu was before Fox and Disney did their thing. The Detective Conan Hyukumandoro no Michistrube film, which translates to Case Closed, the $1 Million Pentagram, opened last April. The film ranked at number one in its opening weekend, selling 2,274,333 tickets and earning 3,452,494,500 yen, which translates to about $21.7 million in its first 3 days. This film is the highest grossing in the entire franchise, beating out the 2023 Detective Conan Kurogane no Submarine film, which brought 13.83 billion yen, which translates to about $88.23 million. Meitanate Conan Seikigan no Flashback, Detective Conan One Night Flashback. The 28th film in the series will open in Japan on April 18th. And on a side note, my window is closed.
And you can still hear it?
Yeah. But it ain't sealed. Closed, but not sealed. Oh, let me bookmark that. I want to read on that one. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, we're going to get into our last story of tonight about Junji Ito.
All right, I'll take this one, I guess.
Go for
it. He's been nominated to the Eisner Hall of Fame. The organizers of the Will Eisner Comic Industry Awards announced on Friday that they have nominated horror manga creator Junji Ito for the Will Eisner Comic Awards Hall of Fame. Voters will select which 6 of these year's 18 nominees will be the latest to join. The organizers already pre-selected late manga creator Shigeru Mizuki for induction into the Hall of Fame this year. Comic-Con International in San Diego awarded its Inkpot Award to Ito in 2023. The Eisner Industry Award nominated Junji Ito's Black Paradox manga for Best U.S. Edition of International Manga in Asia, also in 2023. Pan-Asian Film and Entertainment Studio Through the Lens Entertainment and horror brand Fangoria Studios are collaborating to produce films based on The Mystery of the Haunted House Parts 1 and 2 and Blood-Sucking Darkness. Junji Ito Maniac, Japanese Tales of the Macabre, a new anime based on 20 different Ito stories, debuted worldwide on Netflix in January of 2024. Ito's Uzumaki manga also inspired a 4-episode anime miniseries that premiered on Toonami on September 28th. The less said about that, the better. Junji Ito Collection, a previous television anime of manga by Ito, also adapted stories from the Ito Junji Kesaku Shu Collection, as well as the Fragments of Horror book. The anime premiered in January 2018 and had 12 episodes. Crunchyroll streamed the entire series with English subs and as it aired in Japan, and Funimation screened it as an English dub. The anime included an adaptation of Ito's Tomie story on its second and third DVD sets. So, hey, yeah, congratulations to him.
Very, very nice. Love to see it.
I don't know why it said late in the article. I had to double check to make sure he was still alive, but yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking of the guy who did Perfect Blue and those films. I can't remember his name.
I don't know why that clicked with you for some reason. He's only 61. It's not too bad.
Not for nothing. I think I kind of made the same thought process too, but I was like, oh, wait, no, not that person. Definitely not that person. So now that we got that out the way, we're here for the part of the show that y'all really like to stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan, normally we would do 3 stories, but we're only going to do 2. Let's take a look.
You can pick which one you want. I'll take one of the others.
Oh, okay. Yes, to play the stereotype, I'll take the first story.
Oh. Okay. Have at it.
Have you picked out which story you want?
Yeah, I'll take the third one.
Sounds good. Now, this is what we call it's called a store where you pay to shoplift returns to Tokyo. And you're probably going, boo? A store where crime does pay. This is at a pop-up shop. And the pop-up shop is called TOH, T-O-H, which is one of the possible readings for the kanji character for theft. And for 4 days, from March 13th to the 16th, it will again open its doors to the public after going viral last year for drawing enough crowds to make 4-hour lineups at times. It's held by the TBS radio program No To, which turns into Brain Theft. And it's hosted by rapper Titan and Mono no Aware, vocalist Shuhei Tamaki. The way it works is simple. Customers pay 1,000 yen, which is about $6.60, to enter the shop, which is decorated to resemble a type of black market. Once inside, they have 60 seconds to snatch up whatever merchandise they like. However, the entire place is hooked up with highly sensitive radio microphones, and if they make any excessive noise, the whole shopping experience will come to an abrupt end and they get nothing. Wow. There are thousands of items to steal, such as snacks, used books, clothing by Fruit of the Loom. There are pillows and mattresses by Brain Sleep up for literal grabs. As you imagine, shoplifting an entire mattress is pretty tough, but it is possible to take this challenge on in groups of 4 people. And for each member of the group, the admissions is reduced by 100 yen per person. Being a group of 4 would only have to pay 700 yen, which is $4.60. That's not bad. However, in the case of groups, it only takes 1 person to trip the microphone for everyone to have to leave. On the other hand, if the group goes in with an every thief for themselves attitude, anyone who manages to exit the shop before a microphone is set off can keep whatever they stole. So if you're going to be in the Akasaka area of Tokyo in mid-March, this is your chance to try some consequence-free shoplifting. Just be sure to book your crime spree in advance on online ticketing service PIA. Slots are available, but filling up fast. Remember, it is noted that neither Anime Jam Session, Sora News 24, where we got the article from, nor TBS Radio, the people who are sponsoring this, condone actual stealing in any form aside from stealing someone's heart. And even then, you're not a phantom thief.
Uh,
Got some Ocean's 11 shit going right here.
kind of reminds me of that Quiet Library game that I've seen.
Mm.
You know, the same kind of thing, except this is stealing and not injuring / embarrassing anyone else.
It kind of feels like a bonus round to a game show or something like that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. All right, Ari, what you got for us?
Tokyo's indoor Tenbo Park Sakura Festival is perfect for those with pollen allergies.
Nice.
Let's see. Uh, it the annual event called Tenbo Park Sakura Festival is officially underway now and through May 11th. Held at the Sunshine 60 Observatory, Tenbo Park, on the 60th floor of the Sunshine 60 building. God, why is that tripping me up so much? Visitors can enjoy sweeping views of Tokyo with the added bonus of some springtime flower decorations infused into the park's artificial grass knoll area. Instagram-worthy photo spots abound, including a sakura seat by the window and a pool filled with sakura petals. Some of the displays are enhanced with sprigs of real Somei Yoshino sakura cultivars, Japan's most popular kind of cherry blossom that was originally cultivated in Toshima Ward, the part of the city Ikebukuro is located in.
Mm.
Evening visitors will experience a different kind of park as the lights are dimmed and the sakura are gently lit up by ethereal illuminations. This does look pretty nice.
It does.
I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
The sight of this grassy knoll has made you pine for a picnic. The Tembu Park Cafe has you covered in the form of a limited-time spring-inspired menu. Borrow a sakura motif picnic blanket for free, and relax on the ground as you indulge one of these sweet treats. You have a
That's cool.
strawberry alat, hanayori dango, dumplings before flowers parfait, a sakura mont blanc, strawberry banana smoothie, bacon egg sandwich with mini salad and fries, moonlight lemon sour alcohol drink, but that's only in the evening. Furthermore, picnicking isn't the only activity you can enjoy, as the park will offer different kinds of workshops, concerts, and live art demonstration events through the festival's duration, many of which are perfect for families with children of all ages. One special workshop this year will teach visitors how to make character candles that incorporate glasswork. Admission to the Tembo State Park Festival, the Tembo Park Sakura Festival, is the same as regular admission to the park, beginning at 700 yen for adults and 500 yen for children on weekdays. Be sure to swing by if you're in the Ikebukuro area, and if you still haven't gotten your fill of sakura after that, there's also popular cafe chains on the way back to the station. That's less than $5 for entry. That seems pretty nice.
Well,
and
yeah, I can tell you this. When I went to Japan, I spent 3 days in Hakone, and I had what was called the Hakone Free Pass. It was like a discounted pass that allowed me to ride the buses for free. And if I showed this pass at certain places, I would get a discount on entry. Now, in places I went, I spent like less than $5. I think the most I spent was like maybe $10 to get into the open air museum, which was really nice. But I ain't trying to do that during the wintertime because I was kind of up in the mountains. But that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I overbooked my trip to Japan because we picked the anime tour and there's a lot of stuff to do, but we're only doing like maybe one tour. So I'm looking at the itinerary again. I want to double check a few things and be like, okay, because what I want to do is like I want CC Grey Witch. I want her to go off and do her own thing for a while. Like maybe we pick one day, she goes off running off do her thing, and I go running off do my thing for a few hours, and we meet up somewhere and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's cool is with Messenger, you can do that. You can show each person your location and find each other, which is kind of cool. So, anywho, I think that is it. I think we're done and we're going to get out of here. I know it's kind of early, but usually when there's the two of us, the show goes a little bit quicker. And on the plus side, Ari can go to bed a lot sooner. So,
That and Mako isn't trying to drive us to madness.
Well, that too. So, anywho, if you like tonight's show, tell a friend, and tell a friend. They enter will tell another friend, and so on and so forth for independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're actually telling you straight up. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to follow our podcast on all podcasting sites that are out there, so definitely check it out. Perfect to check out older episodes and newer episodes that we have. And what's cool is some of these apps have an option to leave a review, so we like to drop a review. If you can't email us, that'd be cool. We really appreciate that. Don't forget to visit our website, which is animejamsession.com, which I know is kind of due for an update. Kind of working on that. So on our website, you will find convention reports, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplayer interviews. You will also find editorials, anime reviews, links to our YouTube and Facebook pages of cosplay and convention coverage, all that and a lot more at animejamsession.com. And please follow us on the socials. Anime Jam Session on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Follow us on those so you know when we're going live, when we have new articles up, new stories, interviews, all that cool stuff. And to everybody who follows us on our socials, thank you so much. We really couldn't do the show without you. And if you're watching live, down below is our tip jar. There's direct links to our stream elements, our Streamlabs, and our Ko-Fi. If you want to send us a few dollars, we really appreciate that. Cheer us on with bits. Sub to the channel and give out gift subs. We really appreciate all of that because a little bit goes a long way. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Ari.
I'm gonna try taking a train to Zenkai Con. See how that pans out for me.
I took it at 1 year and it wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
My last words is I realize that my voice is different outside of podcasting and I just don't get it. Like, I'm not trying to change my voice. It's just my voice is more deeper, more chill, but somehow I get a little bit more pep. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's kind of interesting. But that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Hopefully Mako-chan is feeling better. She'll join us. And also what's cool is Barry will be joining us. And hopefully you'll join us too. So that's it. So I'm Ranma.
And I'm Ari.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, say goodnight, Ari.
Good night, Ari.
And I'll say goodnight too. Good night, Ranma. Take care, y'all, and see you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!